Good morning. We were taking the classes for fundamentals of computer, and in these classes you are having a glimpse of the basic functionality of the computers. In our last classes we tried to understand what is computer and what is its different characteristics. Also we tried to complete our knowledge about the different generations of computer in our last classes. We have always also gone through the different classifications of the computer. Now in today's class we are covering most important topic that is related with this basic knowledge about the computers, about the operating systems. See, a computer is an electronic device, as you know from its very basic definition. So this device or any device that needs always a kind of a methodology or a system that may help you in its smooth functioning and its smooth working. That is the operating system. An operating system is a kind of a system, or it is a kind of a methodology or an arrangement by which you can operate a particular device or machinery for its better performance and for its organized systematic functioning. Computer, as it is also a device, it is an electronic device, it is a machinery. It also requires a kind of a systematic modus operandi by which you may operate this system, this machine, this device very smoothly and accurately. See, the operating system for a computer is always known as an interface between the user and the machine. That machine, which is computer, that cannot get its instructions from users in their user understandable formats directly. So it requires a kind of interface that may take the user's instructions or the data or the different data provided by the user into that user understandable format and converts it into that machine understandable format so that that machine may process them further according to the needs of the user. The functioning, the internal functioning of that machine or the computer is not in the same way as the humans, we humans or the users process them or they understand that data or information. The computer, that machine functions according to the whims of the different electrical flows that happens within their circuitry. That computer understands only that language of electricity, and in that language of electricity we can have only two alphabets. Means either there is a power on or power gone. If either there is a power in their circuitry or there is no power in that circuitry, that status of that flow of electricity is symbolically represented by two phenomena that is called binary, and that is symbolically represented by 0 and 1. It can be vice versa. 0 may represent that absence of electricity or that absence of electrical flows within the circuitry of that computer, and 1 may represent the presence of that electrical flows within their circuitry. So by only these two status of the electricity within their circuitry and within their different components are the only hints for giving any data or instructions to that computer. So by arranging the different combinations and series of these 0 and 1s or that electricity on and gone condition of the system to manage all types of processing that a computer can do. That operating system provides that interface which manages all these translation or conversion of human given or user given data or instructions to that machine. So in such case operating system works as an interface between the user and the machine. Your computer, your machine cannot understand, I do not understand the language of humans directly, and whatever the way that machine or computer processes their data and instructions, that could not be also understood directly by the user. So there is a very important need of this interface between user and machine, and operating system fulfills that need. So it is an interface between user and the machine. Apart from this, the operating system for a computer also performs various other jobs. As you know that your modern days computers are being used for various purpose. It is not only used to calculate your some digits or to process your some digits. Earlier, in early days, as you have already gone through that generations of computer, in its beginning, when the computers were conceptualized, when the computers were thought to be a machine for a particular purpose, in early days it was not more than an advanced calculator. It was used to calculate that complex formulas or data that was not possible to calculate within a limited time frame manually. So you invented a kind of a device that was very speedy, that was very fast, that was very accurate also, to calculate those complex formulas or scientific deliberations within a limited time frame with very accuracy and very speedily. So in early days it was not more than an advanced calculator, but with such capability of that computer, it has been more expanded and with the time. And with the time you also started storing huge informations within these computers. You added some extra memories, that external memories, and by such means it becomes a huge database storage also. Later on it expanded more, and it utilizes all formats of media to process them. It was not only a character line interface, it was not only processing the digits and the text, but it also started processing the images, the graphics, the colors, the music, the sound, the audios, everything. So it becomes a multimedia device also in 80s. In 80s this revolution happened, that it becomes a multimedia device. Later on, nowadays, after 1995, that computer, that device, machinery has been used extensively as a communication device also. When that revolution of World Wide Web happened in 1995, your computer, your device becomes a communication device. So now in modern days you are using computers not only as a communication device, not only as a multimedia processing device, but also as a huge database depository. In all these conditions, your computers become a complex device, and to manage all these activities and all their different functioning, you require a complex operating system. That complex operating system, I am saying, I mean it. Your modern computer operating systems are not only an interface, but it is a super manager for your computers. It manages everything. When I am using the word super manager, I mean to say that super manager in its totality. It is a super manager. I am intentionally using the word super. It manages every aspect of your computer. It not only manages the security provisions, that is very important nowadays for your computers, as you are storing your not only personal data but very critical data also there. Your computers are not only managing all that hardware and softwares that is currently running and residing and attached with your system, but it is also managing the different users. Your computers are not only the multitasking, multiprocessing and multi-threading devices nowadays, but it is also a multi-user device. Multiple users are simultaneously logged on the same computer, and to manage the different accounts of different users simultaneously and concurrently, this job happens to be performed very well by the operating system, by the help of operating system. Your operating system, your computers are also having a huge database deposits. You are storing your all informations and databases there. So whatever the system, whether it is a file system or managing the different disk and drums, it is all managed by these operating system. So the major jobs of your operating systems have increased many folds. Your operating system is not only managing all that devices or all that peripheral devices that is attached with your system, but it is also managing all that files and disk and drums, that is storing your huge database depositories. And not only that much, but it is also providing that security and protection to your computer. It is also managing every kind of translation that is required for their processing or for their storing as an encrypted form. So your computer system's operating system is nowadays very important. Let us start by having a glimpse over the two types of operating system. Broadly, you can divide your operating systems in two categories, that is of character line interface and the GUI, graphical user interface. In your early days, when you were not utilizing the benefits of multimedia, your computers were able to take your instructions or data in a black and white mode, that was in a character line interface, that was called in a character line interface. You used to feed your computers with your data and instructions in a very symbolic format, and that symbolic mnemonics were further developed in the forms of that assembly language. In that assembly language, you utilize the different combinations of your keyboard keys, and that formed kind of a commands. Your different keys of that keyboard, when combined together and utilized at a particular moment of time, they formed a particular type of command, and that command when executed internally by the processor performed a particular kind of a job. So by such means, when you utilized your computers through these commands, and you get the services of the computers very perfectly and accurately, these command line interfaces, these operating systems were known as the command line interfaces. And the most pertinent example of this command line interface is the DOS, disk operating system. And that has not the capability of that graphical user interface that we are currently using, but that DOS command line interface was mostly based on that commands that is utilized by the processors. Let's have this much for today, and in our next class we will continue our detailing of DOS in its totality, its entirety. Thank you.